Allo. eggshells. Avocado from seed. The roots are starting to go all around the bottom of it. So this could have stayed in there for another year, but I don't want to. I like to let them grow fast. Poor little lizard got squished. It stinks. It got squished inside of there somehow. So now this little lizard is going to be part of the new plant. Aloe vera. This is really good dirt, very nutritious. I put all my kitchen stuff in here. Eggshells, banana peels, everything. Why let it end up in the trash? This is food that my plants enjoy. This little cactus was just this piece that fell off, and then this one grew. And look how big it is. No me molesta el perro, tranquilo, no me molesta. And this is another growth. But that was just from this leaf, the part of the leaf that broke. Nopal cactus. I love nopal cactuses. The root system, you know, it's ready to grow. It's ready to go into a bigger home. So I took a strawberry and I put it in here, you know, and I cut the strawberry, so I just had the outer part because that's where the seeds are, and I put it in here, and these are strawberry plants, and you can see how many there are. There's got to be at least 15 in there. I don't know. I'm not going to count them. I really don't care. And it's not like I'm going to wait until they grow and I'm going to eat these strawberries. I just love to watch them grow. If by any chance I happen to be alive, or they happen to give me strawberries that I will eat someday, I'll be very grateful. But I'm just grateful to see them grow. So these are my strawberries. And from here we have one, there's like at least 15 plants in there that I can see. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is some of the root system. It's really long. I mean, this is a lot too. I mean, I'm probably just gonna give these away because I mean, I'm not gonna kill them. Most people will just throw them away and let them die, but not me. I like to watch them grow because it's a life. And it's not like I'm that sensitive about plants. Believe me, I know this is just a plant. And billions more plants will grow. But these are my babies. And I gave them life. So I am going to try to protect them. You know what? I'm going to reuse this can one more time. just so that I can, feel good about not polluting so much in the environment. This is a steel can. This is one of my babies. This is its new home, so it could grow by itself. And I'm gonna stick my finger in there like this and make a big hole. And then I'm gonna put the roots in there so the roots go way in there. And then I'm gonna leave the body of the plant above here so that it's comfortable and it has room to grow. And that's how I like it. And then I'm gonna come over here and now this plant is in a temporary home, and I don't know how long it's going to be there. It's going to be there as long as it wants to be there. It depends on how big it gets. This is just a spaghetti sauce, and this is something I use to save money. I drill holes into the bottom of it so that it has drainage. And this is just something I use as a planter for temporary plants. These are my jalapeno peppers. So I bought a jalapeno pepper from the store, and I took the seeds and I put them in there, and I'm growing some jalapeno peppers, and I already have other jalapeno pepper plants or whatever, but I'm gonna grow them, and eventually I'll put them in a nice pot, and they'll have a little pepper, a little jalapeno or two growing, and then I will give them to somebody, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, a plant with jalapenos on it! How cool! Thank you!" And that makes me feel good. And that's what I do. So I got 3 jalapenos in here, and that way they'll, it'll save space, it saves dirt, and they're growing, and eventually I'll separate them. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put a couple more in this one. So when we were in our European trip in one of the airports, I think this was the airport in Madrid, my wife bought something called pastorate. I don't know what it was, something that she ate. And it came in a little glass container, and I thought that was kind of cool, that it wasn't in a plastic container. So I decided to bring this glass all the way home, and then I'm gonna drill a little hole in it, and I'm gonna put some beautiful succulent in it, and then this will always remind us of our European trip. And maybe I'll write something on it like European trip or something. I don't know, maybe. I probably won't, but anyway, there it is. Strawberries. And these still have a long way to grow. I'm feeling something weird in here, so let me see what it is. This is a rotting strawberry that I probably put into my compost, and it's just gonna keep rotting in there. I'm gonna leave it in there. It's gonna keep rotting in there and feeding my other strawberries. So that's kind of a cannibalistic kind of thing. Strawberries eating strawberries. And as soon as these plants are bigger, I'm gonna create something cool that I've seen on YouTube where they just grow and they're not in dirt. They just, the roots are in water. And I'm gonna see if I could do that because I think that's kind of cool. So this succulent has given me tons of shoots, but this is already drying out and it's dying. So I'm just gonna help the plant out by cutting it. Just gonna cut it right there. I almost planted that one upside down. It'll be kind of interesting to see what happens. If you plant a flower in a different way, I bet you it would still grow. And I don't know if anybody can see what I'm doing, but I don't have all the equipment necessary to make videos or professional videos. So right now I'm just, I'm just doing the fun stuff that I love to do in life and trying to do the best job I can to videotape it. So I have 2 babies left. And I'm gonna use this little pot for 2 babies. And I had all these nuts and bolts that came off of my Tacoma. And this is garbage, but I'm gonna try to find something interesting to do with them for myself, just because I'm insane. So you have to find pots wherever you can find them. That's why I had to start drilling my own in jars, because it got to a point where it was so expensive. I'm like, I can't keep spending this much money on this stuff. Even though I love it and I enjoy spending the money on the things I like, it's too much money. So I have to find creative ways to do what I like and not spend so much money. Oh, there's a piece of plastic in here. There's a piece of plastic in there. So this is the last of the strawberries. I'm sure there's more, but I'm not going to deal with them right now. These are the ones that were in. That's just from one little steel can. Had all these strawberries. I don't know how many it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 strawberry plants. So whatever was in these pots didn't survive. So what we do with these pots is we take the dirt and recycle it. This is some sort of plant here. I have no idea what this is, but I'm gonna save it. Just to see what comes out of it. I mean, it wants to grow, so why not let it grow? So for now, I'm gonna take that little plant. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna put it right here. For all I know, it could be some kind of weed, but sometimes weeds are beautiful. So I'm gonna put it right there, and later if I find that it's just grass or something like that, I'll just pull it out. This is a baby succulent. And sometimes I just put baby succulents in with my other plants to let them grow. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna scoop this baby succulent out of here like this. And this will turn into a beautiful succulent that I will give away to somebody. I mean, I don't know if you could see it already, but it's so beautiful right there because it looks awesome. This is where my avocado was. And this is a giant tree. I don't know how big this tree was, man, but I saw him in Miami Beach. And I have to take a picture on Google to look it up on Google, but they're from the Pacific Northwest. And they apparently they grow in Miami Beach because I saw one there. And it's just beautiful. It was beautiful. And I know that once it's growing for like a couple of years, it will never die. And then this thing I'm gonna have forever, and hopefully it'll be in some beautiful, majestic spot because I'm gonna find a good spot for it someday. And after I'm dead, you know, my spirit will be in here. Aloe. And I just say that stuff about spirit and, you know, I'm gonna live forever. I don't really believe in any of that. It's just something that I do for fun. If I'm lucky and I get to make a movie someday, maybe I'll incorporate that into a movie or something. you know, I know that we're just here for a certain amount of time and then we're gone. So we got to enjoy ourselves while we're here. I do believe, though, that we evolve into other things. You know, we change forms. I do believe that. So maybe that is something I believe in. I don't know. I always put my fingers like this on the plant so I don't damage it. And then I flip it over. Slide it out. And check out how thick these roots are. These roots are really cool. And he could have stayed in there, or she, whatever, could have stayed in that planter for another 6 months without a problem. Maybe even a year. But I believe in giving them room so they can grow as big as they want. So as you can see, look how awesome this one is. This is the little thing that falls from the tree. I don't know what it's called. And I didn't center it, which is not good. I like them to be centered. So now, while I can, I'm gonna move it a little bit. And now it's kind of centered. Because I have done so many plants and I'm like a little anal and stuff, and when they're not centered, it just affects me mentally. That's good enough. That's never gonna affect me. So anyway, there it is. And this tree is gonna live in this pot for at least 2 years. This little beautiful succulent, I grew from this petal that fell from another one, another of the succulents that I have. And just from that petal, I got this beautiful thing. And if one of those petals falls out, I will put that petal on a piece of paper towel with water, and then another plant will grow. So I found this jar, which probably, who knows what it held, at the flea market, not at the flea market, at the thrift store. I probably paid $1 for it, 99 cents for it. I wouldn't have paid more than that for this, because this is not something that I would even buy, but I decided that I wanted it. I drilled a hole into it. This is the dust. This is the glass dust. I don't even clean them. It's not necessary. I cleaned the other one because that one, the outside was really dirty, and I just wanted to clean the outside of it. The one where I just planted the bromelia. So as you can see, it's in her forever home now. And she's leaning over, but that doesn't matter. She's very heavy. Eventually she'll stand up. And if she doesn't stand up, she'll go sideways and do whatever she wants to do. She's allowed to live her life however she wants. So we were talking about this little aloe that is gorgeous, and it was growing in one of these plants that I just transplanted. I don't know which one it was, but now I'm going to use this pot that I just got to put her in. So there she is, graduating from what do you call that, grade school to junior high. So now she's in junior high. And she's probably going to be in this little pot for years and years. And you never know. It depends. I don't know what species this is. It might be gigantic and I have to move it. But for now, it depends. Whatever she wants to do. Okay, who else needs something? Better speak now while I'm here. Or hold your peace for a while. You know what? You get a house. I'm not really going to transplant this one, but all I'm going to do is move it to the side like that. So she's not touching the side of the wall so much. I'm standing her up, and what I'm gonna do is I had a little succulent growing over here, and it disappeared. These were baby succulents like the one I just transplanted. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find something to put in here. So she looks interesting. She was in with one of my other plants who was caring for her. One of the more mature plants was caring for this baby, and this baby is old enough to move in with a roommate. Okay, folks, that's it for today. We are done fixing the plants in the garden. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna wash this. This is a boar's head face. And I looked it up on Google, and that's what Google says. Those are the teeth right there. And I'm just gonna wash it because I think I should wash it. And I'm gonna leave it somewhere in one of my plants so that it looks cool in my garden. And I wanna show this. This is garlic. And I just took some garlic from the store and I put it in water. I made another video of it. This is what it looks like. Now, I'm sure I could do something else with it, but I can go buy garlic if I want to eat garlic. What I like to do is see how beautiful the plants are. So what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to take my little scissors and I'm going to cut off the dry leaves and just give it a nice little haircut so that it keeps looking awesome. There's one in there that's growing all weird. And I'm just gonna let it keep doing its thing. And if it keeps growing all weird like that, which I find very interesting, I'm gonna give it its own little home and a cute little plant and put it somewhere. My dirt to me is very valuable because I take a lot of time to make sure that my dirt is full of nutrients. Ouch! So I try not to just throw it away. This is my dirt. There's pieces of food in there, pieces of banana, pieces of orange, pieces of aloe. There's dead plants that decompose. This air plant is completely dry, so it doesn't have to be in dirt. So what I'm gonna do with this air plant is just put it somewhere so it looks beautiful, just as a dry plant, you know? Bought this thing at the thrift store and I really liked it, so I bought it. It's a punch bowl. Obviously it's not crystal, I'm sure it's glass. I may have paid $7 for this thing, I don't know, but I really liked it. So I drill a hole in it, and this has to have something interesting, but since it's such clear glass, it's got to be this is what I envisioned in my head. It's got to be something where the root system is over here and the dirt inside, so that if somebody looks at it, they could look at the root system, which I think is going to be interesting. Or at least, whether somebody looks at it or not, I'm going to look at it And I'm gonna think it's awesome, and that's all that is important. I think that's it. I think I'm done. All right, everybody, listen, thank you for joining me and allowing me to do this because I really am having fun doing this. I've been doing this most of my life, and now I get to share it on YouTube. I don't know how many people are going to watch it, but if somebody watches it and somebody likes it, hey, welcome to my party. Please subscribe. Thank you.